Okay, Echeveria Rainbow. What do we know of them? Other than the fact that they're a waste of money, they die really easily, and no one knows how to take care of these bitches. So, I guess I could start a video, because I'm not personally know how to take care of them myself, other than the fact that, they like to waste our money. They are costly expensive because they are one of those rare Echeveria that don't sell in store. So yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting this package that I got from one of my, I would say I bought this Echeveria Rainbow on Instagram. Okay, let's just say it like that. Which I did got it on Instagram from a seller, which I am very opinionated, and I'll give you my personal opinion. But first, let's just open up this package and take a look at the flower or the plant itself. I got all my tools ready, so I can start planting them too after I'm done giving my opinion. And let's just hope they look exactly like the image that she posted on Instagram. Because that is one of the biggest problem I had, is that, the flower take too long to ship, and then it die in the package, and that it look ratchet as fuck when you got it in the mail. And already it's small. Ooh, okay. I am very happy with this, but not happy with the fact that it doesn't get any root. Well, it got like little tiny root. So let's just hope that this plant can survive. Let's hope so. But the plant itself is very nice. Yeah. The second one. Oh yeah, this one is definitely very nice too. And very little to known root. I don't even know if you could call this root or not. Here's why I like my Echeveria Rainbow with root developed already. I would like to get them with root developed already, because most of the time, from my personal experience of buying Echeveria Rainbow with no root, is that they die very easily without the root developed already. And here's one of my example right here. This Echeveria Rainbow was sent to, I got it from an Etsy seller, and the root was already fully developed, like very nice root, healthy root, like a bunch of them. So this plant would survive, like very well for me. Most of the other plant that I got from Etsy seller without root developed, and what happened to them? Some of them don't make it very well. And here are those two examples. These two Echeveria Rainbow, very known little root about them, and this is how they are. They don't survive well when they ship with barely no root. The plant just kind of like widow and kind of like dying away. And so is this one. Like all of the bottom leaf has fall off, except for the top. So I will be replanting this one as well. But other than that, let's just talk about how long did it took for me to get this, and about the plant itself. The plant itself is very nice coloration. Doesn't look exactly like this one. So I don't know if this is like a variegated Echeveria Rainbow. I'm not sure. but the package did take me all the way to Thursday to get it. She mailed it out on Monday, and it did took me to Thursday to get it. One problem with it is that I paid $6 for shipping, but it's only cost her $3.75, you know, for shipping. I would like to get some refund for those money back, you know. That's just me in my opinion, you know. If I'm paying for all that shipping, you know, $6, at least give me back the $3 funding, you know. Like, that's just my opinion, so. Well, at least you're making some profit. Okay, so they die very easily, so I guess I can start making my soil mix. So I'm gonna have to use a lot of pumice for this, or perlite, not pumice, my bad. Whew, oh my gosh, that soil smells so horrible. And I'll show you what kind of soil I use too, because a lot of people ask what type of soil I use and how do I make my own soil. So here's that video too, all in one. So perlite, and let me get a shovel to mix them. I'm just eyeballing it, so right now I'm gonna mix it until I see that it's mostly. So I don't want to see a lot of soil. I want to see more soil than, I want to see more perlite than the soil. So let's start mixing it first. Okay, so more perlite. And another scoop. After that, I'll be adding one of my secret ingredients. This is what I use for all of my succulent fertilizer. Tomato fertilizer is great for them. Succulent is like mostly like kind of like tomato, you know, like they store a lot of waters inside them. So tomato fertilizer is great for them. All of my succulents love them. Like they grow even better and bigger and juicier, kind of like a tomato. And you don't want to use a lot of them because otherwise it's gonna burn the fuck out of them. And this stuff smells really bad. Like it is fertilizer, that's why it smells really bad. I usually just use 2 scoops. It depends on how much soil and perlite you're mixing. Am I satisfied with this? I'm not sure yet. But I don't want them to die, so I'm just gonna scoop another spoonful of perlite just to be on the sure side. Because these bitches like to die. And I don't want to waste my money on that. the funny thing is that I already make one before the video, and then I realized that a lot of people has been asking me like, oh, how do you make your soil and stuff, and then I realized, great, now I have to make another one. But I guess I could use this one too, because I like to use orchid bark in here because it's like a great space for the water to drain through very more easily. That's why I like to add orchid bark in here. And yes, it does make great drainage along with the perlite, the orchid bark. I could add just like a few scoops in here because it is the same consistency. If anything, I would just mix the two together, back and forth. Because I love my soil with orchid bark. Like I said, it makes great empty space, just like the perlite. It is getting kind of heavy to mix, so I'm gonna pour some back in here. Now it doesn't look like it got a lot of perlite, so I'm gonna have to add more perlite in it. I don't like the fact that how fine this perlite is. I like my perlite chunky. Okay, this is how I like it. I don't see a lot of the soil, and it's mostly dominated by the perlite and the orchid bark. Okay. I guess I can start by repotting this one. Like, I'm not kidding. If you look at it, all of the bottom leaf had rotten and fall off because this Echeveria Rainbow doesn't have any root, just like its brother and sister right here. Like, very little root developed. So I had to wait it, like, when I first got this plant, it got no root at all. So, and the seller probably thought that, oh, it's best to send them, you know, without roots, so that's where they can develop where the plant is arriving to. Does that make sense? But I guess that's what they thought, but the plant just ended up withered and rotten away because it got no root. So let's just take this plant out and take a look how the root is right now. And I'm gonna be transferring to this tinier pot because the plant is so big comparing to its pot. And it's kind of bad to do this with one hand. There you go. Aha. You see how long it took for the root to develop because this plant didn't have any root when they sent it to me. So the plant had to take longer for it to develop root. And in the process, the bitch died away. Like the plant itself died away. The beautiful Echeveria Rainbow that I got doesn't even look like this when I first got it. It was full of leaf and beautiful. And so is this one. This one was full of leaf and beautiful, but it didn't have any root. So in the process, I had to wait for, a month or two for it to develop its root. And in the process of doing so, the leaf is starting to fall off and the plant is starting to decay and die because it didn't got any root in the mail when I got it. Unlike this seller who mailed me the Echeveria Rainbow with the root already developed, so the plant can survive when it's arrived to me safe and sound. And look at it. It's still beautiful after all these months. And that's just my opinion. That it's better to send the Echeveria Rainbow with already root developed. I don't like it when they send me my plant without root developed because most of them like to die. So I'm going to be repotting this plant first. It is kind of bad when I don't have a tripod. And you see, like I usually do the tapping motion so all the air pocket from the bottom can escape. Because you know how usually when you don't tap and all that air just kind of like trap inside the soil, and usually when you water you'll be wondering like what happened to my soil, like my soil was full and then after I water the soil is kind of like halfway through because you did not tap and do all that tapping motion for all the air to escape. Hey Bambi. Okay, so it is all repotted, and let's just pray to God that this plant can survive and make it, because I paid $25 for all of them. Okay, so let's talk about price. I forgot about that. That just came to my mind. Let's talk about price. Echeveria Rainbow. One single head should cost you at least $25. $25. $25. $25. $25. It doesn't matter if if it's a Echeveria Rainbow or if it's Echeveria Rainbow variegated, it should only cost you $25 per head. Here's the thing, if you're paying more than $25 per head, if you're paying $40 for one single head, you're being ripped off, okay? I'm telling you that right now. Depending on the size of the head that you're receiving, an Echeveria Rainbow for one single head should cost you $25. If they decided to add more price into it, you better be damn sure that you're getting more, like probably like, you know, like if two head, then they could probably charge you up to probably, you know, like 27 or 30. But for one single head of Echeveria Rainbow, should only cost you $25. If you're paying for 40, 50 for a single head of Echeveria Rainbow, don't buy it from that seller. And you may want to message them that that seller is ripping people off, okay? Because I am not paying no more than $25 per head of Echeveria Rainbow. That is just how it is. If you're paying more than $25 for it, you're being ripped off. Unless, you know, it's more than one head, then it's like a different thing. So, but one head should only cost you $25. And yes, it is a rare Echeveria Rainbow. Echeveria Rainbow are considered rare. That's why you're paying $25 for it. Just in case a lot of people are wondering, why am I paying $25 for Echeveria Rainbow? And yes, I does give a lot of my opinion today, because I am very opinionated. You know what? I did not plan this out. This pot I got from the Dollar Tree, and it's $1 for 2 pot in it. So I'm gonna have to go to the Dollar Tree and get more pot, because as you can see the size different. I don't want all, because this Echeveria Rainbow didn't have any root yet, so I don't want it to be planted in the I don't want to be planting this Echeveria Rainbow in the pot that is this side, because all this space is a waste of space for them, and they might get root rot because, well, first of all, they don't even have any root to begin with. So, you know, I'd rather to plant ahead and plant them in this size pot. In this pot, you can get it at Dollar Tree. Only Dollar Tree carry this pot, and you could get them $1 for 2 of them. So it's a great deal to me. I mean, I got all my tools from the Dollar Tree. Like this thing, like this shovel right here, I got it from a Dollar Tree for $1. All of my clipping and all of my utensil, all of my gardening utensil, I got it from the Dollar Tree. You just gotta know where to shop. You know, you gotta save smart, cause this plant is, you know, very pricey. So, sun condition, watering condition, I'll be honest, there's no guideline on how to take care of these bitches at all. They didn't tell me, you know, if it's full sun, half shaded. Okay, so let's take a look at Echeveria Rainbow. They do have a little bit of white coating powder on them, and that is to protect them from being in full sun. But this Echeveria Rainbow can do well in full sun, but I don't see any white, you know, like powdery coating on them to protect them. The powdery coating is kind of like a sunscreen protecting them from the fully harsh sun. But since I just repotted this plant, I'm gonna have to put it in like semi-pot shade, because repotting them during the day and then throwing them out in the fully sun is, you know, I don't want them to get sunburned right away. So right now I am just gonna keep them in partially shaded area. But then tomorrow, then I'll move it out to fully sun to expose it. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can give on the tips on Echeveria Rainbow, because I don't see anybody else doing YouTube video on Echeveria Rainbow at all and how to take care of them. You know what? If anything, you know, you guys can do this with me and follow this journey together. and I will probably update my Echeveria Rainbow on how they're doing weekly, weekly. So, if they're dying, if I'm changing the soil, when am I watering, and just updating on how they're doing. I guess that is it for this video. I would have, I would plant this too, but I ran out of the pot from the Dollar Tree, so I'm gonna have to go to the Dollar Tree and get some more pot. But yeah, other than that, bye.